comfy poses, which will be good. So it's kind of dark all of a sudden. Yeah. So we're going to start with breathing first. So alternate nostril breathing again. So we'll start with 4 and 6. So Pranav Mudra, so bringing the fingers down. Thumb into the right nostril. Inhale through left. For 4. Block, release, exhale, 6. Inhale, 4. Block, release, exhale, 6. And let's continue through with the 4 and 6 at the moment, probably for about a minute. I'll get my timer. So just for the next 30 seconds, work really hard on the deep inhale. So that 4 seconds should be really deep. Filling the chest up. And slow release with the exhale. So now we're going to go straight to 4, 6, 8. So 4 inhale, 6 kumbhaka, so block, and 8 exhale. Okay, so next minute we'll do that. So 4 inhale, make it deep. 6 kumbhaka, hold. And 8 exhale, so slow. So 4, 6, 8. It's going to give you, if you can get the depth of that inhale, it's going to give you enough fresh oxygen. The hold is going to balance, and the exhale will release the toxin. And one of the ways you know that you're getting the most of the air is that chest is coming up. So the chest is filling up with air. You should feel the diaphragm actually working if you get in deep. So now for the next minute, we're going to go 6 inhale, 6 hold, so 6 kumbhaka, 10 exhale. So 6 inhale. 6 hold. 10, exhale. And then when you release out of the right nostril, just come into seated deep breathing. Just do 6 and 8. So 6 inhale, 8 exhale. And then when you're ready, we're going to come out of that pose and come into Shavasana. But get yourself prepared because we're going to come into legs up. So if you want to go up to a wall, you can just go straight into that. Or just legs straight up now. Or bring a block underneath you. They're all 5-minute holds today, so really enjoy the time in the pose. We've got the breath right. You should be really nice and calm and balanced mentally. So now, the focus is on getting into the pose as comfortable as possible. And with this pose, wherever you are, we need chin to chest. So shoulder blades together, chin to chest. And then just start focusing on that breath now that you're comfortable. If you struggle focusing on the breath, just in some counting, and you can count whatever you like, 4 and 4, 4 and 6, 6 and 6, whatever you want to do. You can challenge yourself if you like. The focus all this month for me is to focus on the breath and really try and get this breath right. Going to change the whole way that you practice yoga, and even the way you exercise in general, or the way you deal with stress, anxiety, depression. It's a big focus on the breath this month. And August is a very Vata month, so a lot of movement, so wind starting to change a little bit. So we take that on board, we become a little bit more Vata, a little bit more spacey. So controlling the breath will help that's balance that spaciness in the mind. You probably feel that you're getting a little bit drier in the skin. It's Vata. So we need to oil up a little bit more turmeric in our food, a little bit more oils. So all these poses that we're doing today for 5 minutes, are nice relaxing poses. And just what I talked about this month is very Vata, so we're just trying to, I'm trying to show you how Vata should deal when they're in excess Vata. So we've got excess Vata in the environment, so we need to deal with it mentally and physically. This is the style of yoga that Vata is a little bit excessive, should be practicing. Just keep bringing chin to chest, keep thinking about that, focusing on the breath. Got a minute to go. Really nice pose for 5 minutes. You should start feeling your legs, the sensation a little bit different now. It might still be light, but you'll feel a little bit empty, maybe a little bit different sensation through the legs. So if you've done the dosha quiz and your Vata, particularly this month, this is definitely the style of yoga you should be doing. And just the last 20 seconds. When you're ready, bring your legs down. Just a nice Shavasana. We haven't got 5 minutes in Shavasana. You have Shavasana. Just release whatever's underneath you. Move away from the wall or whatever you've used. And just come into Shavasana. You should be feeling really nice and calm already. Maybe you were before yoga started anyway, but you just start feeling that little bit, the difference. Just start working on feeling. Just get away from the mind chatter and start investigating how the body's feeling, not what you think it should be feeling, what you think it is that it's feeling. Just let go of all the whys and just enjoy the feeling of the body. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest and have a nice squeeze. You can roll and lower back if you like. Then roll up. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So Supta is reclining, Baddha Konasana, butterfly, asana pose. So if you've got a strap and you want to use the strap, just pull the strap underneath, and you can either just pull the strap while you're laying down or just hook yourself up in it, put it on like a shirt, tighten the strap up as much as possible. And then bring the bolster or the cushion or a block or whatever you're using at the base of your back. Bring that to the base of your back and then lay back. 5 minutes in this is like heaven, so just enjoy it. Enjoy the opening of the whole body, the entire body was just opening up to something new happening to us today. Just allow whatever it is just to come inwards. So just allow the body to open up, accept it. And once you're comfortable in the pose, just start working on the breath. And for 5 minutes, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to keep your mind just centered for 5 minutes. So you go into counting the breath, and you can stop counting and just focus on the breath We'll focus on different areas of the body like we do in Yoga Nidra. So you can focus now on the hips, how the hips feel. Breathe into the hips. And you can move to the chest. Just work on those things, and that'll keep you in the moment right now. So really enjoy these 5-minute poses. It's that extra 2 minutes beyond what we normally do. You start feeling different sensations. So enjoy the further opening of the body. Just remember, if you've got the strap on, you end up you need to go tighter. So just have the strap there so you can tighten up and get the most out of this pose. Just work those shoulder blades together, the chin to chest, so we're lengthening through the spine. And then just relax the whole body. So just go through the feet. You don't want to be squeezing them against each other. You just want to relax them. Just let the knees drop to where they need to drop. So your legs should be like jelly, just relaxed. Your hips will feel tight, perhaps, but just relax that area. Don't add any more tension. Relax the lower back, the chest, the shoulders, shoulder blades together, chin to chest. Relax the arms down by the sides. Relax the jaw. Close the eyes down and just enjoy. So we've got 40 seconds left in this pose. Slowly coming out of the pose now, so just loosening everything off. Getting rid of the strap. We don't need the strap for a little while, so just move it to the side, move the bolster away. Coming into Shavasana. Now take the time to, once you're set, so chin to chest, shoulder blades towards each other, feet to either side of the mat, drop the toes away, arms away from the body and palms facing up. Now just take the time to feel the sensations again in the body. One of the problems we have mentally is we're constantly feeling negative parts of our body. So anything that negative happens in the body, it's like a bell ringing, and the light comes on. Wonder what's happening to this. This is bad. This is no good. This is. Start feeling the beautiful sensations of the body, like what we're just feeling right now. Acknowledge them, take them in, enjoy the moment. All that negative connotation from the mind about the body, just take it out. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest, squeeze, just roll on the lower back if you like, and then come up. We're moving into probably my favourite pose of all time. We're going to come into twisted deer, so just come into deer pose. It's so dark, you know. So twisted deer. So left leg comes down, right leg under. We're going to twist to the left. So bring your bolster or your cushion to the left. Just make sure you lengthen first, okay? So lengthen, turn and twist, and make sure you lengthen again, and then come down into it. So you want to feel that right hip coming over, and that's going to twist the back. You want the shoulders to come around and lay on the bolster or the cushion, whatever you've got there. Remember, the first minute of this pose is controlling the breath. Okay, so control that breath. So breath wants to speed up, blocking off a lot of blood flow through the abdominal organs here. So just slow the breath down. Come into that relaxed state. You shouldn't be too far off now, probably 15, 20 seconds off. And then the breath will be fairly normal. And then just allow yourself another 4 minutes to go in this pose. We don't do 5 minutes side to side too often. So just enjoy it. So lots happening in this pose. It's a detoxing pose, so really good for pitters to do this one, pitter. And the relaxing part is good for Vatas to be completely relaxed in this pose. Enjoy 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes left. Again, just focusing on the breath, just the breath. Count the breath if you need to. So 2.5 minutes to go. This might feel like a nice relaxing pose right now. With the twisting of the spine, we're detoxing the abdominal organs, really opening up through that right side of the hip. And we're strengthening the spinal erector muscle. Holds the spine up. If you've got your right ear on the mat, you're twisting in the cervical spine also. So the last 30 seconds, you're really nice and relaxed now. So when you're ready, slowly come up, twisting to the other side. So drop that right knee down, bring the left knee up underneath the right foot. Lengthen through the spine and then twist. Beautiful. So just settle down that first 50 seconds to a minute. It's all about breath. Okay, so it's all about slowing that breath down. Just keeping in the parasympathetic nervous system. We don't want the adrenaline to kick in at all in this class. We just want it to be nice, calm, relaxed. So the breath now should be close to getting under control. One of the toughest things about 5 minutes in a pose sometimes is mentally, it's not physically. And mentally we start getting a little bit agitated. Mentally we want to come out of the pose. Mentally we think we've been in it too long. Mentally we think we should be doing more. So it's a real challenge mentally, and just allow yourself just to completely relax. You don't get that opportunity much, so just take your time to think about that and just think about the complete relaxation. You've got your body in the position it should be in now to heal and to relax and release tension. I'm going to do a 10-minute whole class one soon, so in August at some stage. So obviously 10 minutes is not many poses, but we're going to hold them for 10 minutes. And just see the difference, see the way you feel when you come out of the classes with those long hold poses. Well, Chris has done one of those with me before, maybe a couple. 10-minute holds, so a bit of a challenge. 5 minutes is a challenge as it is. We've got 2 minutes to go. Slowly coming out, and then come all the way up, then untwist, and then move into Shavasana. Should feel relaxed and peaceful. Just allow the body now to enjoy straightening up, being supported. Bring the shoulder blades together, chin to chest. Now bring the knees up, squeeze, roll on the lower back if you feel like that's going to help you, and then just roll up to a seated position. And the next pose is Supta Vajrasana. Okay, so we really want to get into these quads, and 5 minutes is quite a bit of time in this, but you'll be fine. I trust you all with it. So we bring the knees towards each other. This is where you may need your bolster to lay back on. If you come all the way back, if you don't, it's okay. So knees together, hips down in between the heels. So just make sure the hips are in between the heels, and then just come back. That might be enough for you just to be here. If you want to go all the way, left elbow, right elbow, top of the head, shoulders on the floor, and then grab each elbow. You can do that, or have the bolster behind you and come back onto the bolster, which is really nice. If that's too much with both legs, always do one leg at a time. So left leg straight, right leg back, and then work your way back. Okay, so just make sure that you're going to be comfortable. If it's one leg at a time, it's 2.5 minutes, and I'll let you know when to change. If you're doing both legs, we're there for 5 minutes. Beautiful. And if you feel any tension under your knees, always put like a towel or something in between the space of your knee, of your thigh and your calf. If you feel it under the ankles, put cushions or towels underneath your feet, and you'll get more space there. Other than that, enjoy this amazing stretch. If you're feeling it in your lower back, you might want to put a cushion or something. If you're all the way back, that is, put a cushion there, or bring your shoulder blades further together and have your hands down by the sides. That usually helps. Keep an eye on the time for you guys who've got one leg, not one leg to live with, but one leg in this pose. And just breathe. This is probably one of the most challenging poses we're doing today. Really important. We're going to fix the ankles, knees, hips, and lengthen the quads. The further you go back, you'll get deeper into the lower back and deeper into the abdominals. But it's mainly the lower limbs that we're looking at the moment. It's sort of the pose to me, when I go into the pose, it seems to hurt everywhere. The longer I'm in the pose, it just seems to be amazing. It just does something to the body that feels amazing. If you're doing one leg, just switch to the other side. So if you have your left leg out, right leg straight, left leg bent. That means we've got 2.5 minutes to go. And obviously, if you need to come out, but just give it a go. Try and last as long as you can, get the benefits. You don't want to feel any pain. If you're feeling like sharp pains or anything like that, make sure you're coming up. Your back off slightly. If you're live in the studio, you have to stay for 5 minutes.
I'm doing my bestest.
So you've got 1 minute 30 to go. This is where the breath becomes so important. The mind chatter now, even my mind chatter is happening. It's just saying, well, just watch this and come out and whatever it's saying. Well, just breathing to block that out. Good thing about this, I always look at the feeling when I get out of this pose. It's just absolutely sensational. So I just look forward to that feeling. I've got a minute to go. Nice stillness by everyone. When you're ready, slowly work your way out of the pose. Flip yourself over into Shavasana, so just come out nice and slow. Once you're out, flip over as quick as you can. And then I want you to feel the sensations. Lower back, hips, knees, ankles. You'll feel it more in the knees with that one. You'll feel that blood just flushing through down. So that's the healing right there. That's how we heal the body, where the body heals itself. You need a good minute after this pose to reset. So all we have to do now is finish with a forward bend and backward bend. And then a really nice Shavasana. It'd be interesting, just take note how you feel after today's class. It's, traditional yoga, traditional hatha yoga, that you hold the poses for as long as possible. There's none of this 10 seconds in and then out and back, and then there's none of that in traditional hatha. Because the least amount of poses, you do the focus on that pose, on that area, hold it as long as you can, and that's what yoga is all about, is fixing that area. So when you're ready, we're going to bring the knees into the chest, have a squeeze, roll up to a seated position. And we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, but we did this the other day. We don't want to, when we come in it like this, we're really stressed, like stretching and stretching, but we want to really focus on just coming into the pose nicely. So a bolster is really nice. So legs together, a bolster or cushion or something, but bring it under the rib cage. We want it under the rib cage. You still could use your strap if you want to get a little bit more out of it. And sometimes it's nice to have something to hold on to, so you can strap around your feet and then pull on that. That's always really nice. But don't pull to try and break any records. Just pull yourself down to get stomach onto that cushion or onto whatever's just under your rib cage, and then drop the head down. So we want to feel this in the lower back. So we're stretching the hamstrings naturally being in this position, but we want to feel the stretch in the lower back. So if you're not feeling the stretch in the lower back, just work those seat bones backwards a little bit, so by shuffling. And then you'll start feeling that stretch in the lower back. Just either side of the back, but just above the hips, you should be feeling this. And just enjoy this stretch, this pose, and you can even bring the block onto the cushion if you like, to bring your head onto there. There's all different ways to bulk yourself up. You can use blankets and stuff, particularly when you're in poses for this long. I don't know if anyone's done any Iyengar poses, but you probably take about 4 or 5 minutes just to actually bulk up and get into the pose. Using blankets, etc. Beautiful. Really nice stillness. It's got 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes to go. So the last 6 or 7 breaths here. Make nice deep inhales. And sink a little bit deeper into the pose. And when you're ready, slowly make your way up. And we're going to come into the final pose before Shavasana. It's going to be supported bridge. Challenge yourself to come up as high as you can go. So I'm going to use the bolster and my block to lift up. But again, you've got to listen to your body. I'm saying that, but listen to your body. But we just want that support underneath, round about the tailbone, maybe just fiddle with it and come up and back a little bit to try and get that spot. Bring the shoulder blades together, chin to chest. And this is a pretty challenging pose. So being in a back bend, getting those hips up as high as we can for 5 minutes. But just really focus on the breath, but really enjoy this pose. It's the pose that's going to make you feel really good at the end of this session, just through allowing those hips to be up, chin to chest, shoulder blades together, so we're relaxing the heart a little bit, just like we were with the legs up. Just breathe. Your body is really going to thank you at the end of this class for just this nurturing of the body, just really nurturing the body here. Just focus on the breath, don't let that mind take over at this point. Just over halfway. So now we're getting really deep into the connective tissue. You might feel a few of the joints starting to come alive, let you know they're there. Maybe in the lower back or the hips. Just breathe into that area. If it gets too much, you can, instead of having your legs straight, you can bend the knees up, soles of the feet on the floor. So final minute in this pose. Work the shoulder blades a little bit closer together if you can. Bring that chin nice and flat down towards the chest. Breathe. And when you're ready, just bend the knees up. You probably feel a little bit of tightness there as you bend up. And just release what's under you. Coming into the final pose, Shavasana. Just completely relaxed. You should feel that looseness in the lower back now, in the hips. Just enjoy the sensation, enjoy the feeling of the blood rushing back through there. And just experience that feeling, sensations. Just spend the next 30 seconds or so feeling the different sensations around the hip region. So lower back, right hip, left hip, lower stomach, so the lower abdomen. And then just focus on relaxing the lower limbs, so from the hips all the way down to the toes, just completely relax them. Just let them melt into the floor. Now just focus on the lower back area, the coccyx area, which is from where that natural curve is, and just allow yourself to drop that curve slightly. Just take the tension out of there. Now you possibly feel a bit of tension under the rib cage. Where the diaphragm is, just relax that area. And just relax the shoulder blades into the floor. The arms, just let them be completely limp and relaxed. And the back of the head just sinking into the floor. And just go to the breath through the nostrils. Feel the inhale coming in, exhale coming out. Now go to the chest. Just feel the chest rise and fall on every breath. Now go to the stomach. Feel the stomach rise and fall. Now go all the way back up and go to the Chitta Kasha. So roll the eyes up. Don't strain the eyes. Just roll the eyeballs upwards. And looking at the dark space behind the forehead. Just spend the next 30, 40 seconds not judging, not labeling, just enjoying that space, the calmness, the peace, joy. Now relax the eye. Connect to a natural breath. And just feel the deep relaxation throughout the body. And just while you're laying in Shavasana, thank yourself deeply for getting here this morning and giving your body a chance to heal and relax. And then just send off a gratitude to whomever you feel. Send the gratitude to, and start wiggling the toes and the fingers, rolling to the right hand side and making your way up into Sukhasana. Bring the hands into Namaskar. I'd like to thank you for being here this morning, and I hope you feel awesome. It was a pleasure to take you through this class. And have a wonderful rest of, what day is it? Wednesday. And I'll see you all again soon. Namaste.